On today's episode, understanding and overcoming addiction, community help for the homeless, the latest in legal advice, home care, plus lots more on The Balancing Act.
Looking for a little inspiration? Take a look at this.
Understanding addiction and mental health is a journey. Agape Behavioral Healthcare works hard to support those going through this process.
We are able to help all individuals who are struggling with any mental health or substance abuse disorders. Clients ranging in the age of 18 to 60, male, female, everybody is welcome. Everybody's struggling with something or dealing with something, and we take pride in the fact that we have the ability to treat everyone and meet them where they are and give them an individualized plan to help them get back on their correct path. Currently in the United States, there's over 25 million people who are suffering with addiction. And recent statistics have shown that from the ages 12 and up is when people truly start to develop problems. So this is something that also needs to be instilled in the youth of America on how to be aware and stay away from certain substances.
George and his team are committed to changing the narrative around addiction and mental health. They're also working to prevent the stigma that can come with it.
So there's a lot of stigma that's associated with mental health and addiction. And as we know, stigma has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years for a lot of reasons, from culture, society, community, different groups of people. And some of the most common stigmas that we see associated with this topic are things like, if you struggle with mental health, that must mean you're weak. If you're a man, then you certainly can't struggle with mental health or admit that you're struggling. If you're somebody who's struggling with alcoholism or addiction, the world will likely tell you that there's something wrong with you. You don't belong here. You might be perceived as crazy or out of the box. You don't fit in. And there's been a division for a long time, but I'd like to believe that we are on the forefront and we're starting to see that division go away, and there's more of a collectiveness in healing. Stigma tends to invite shame, and as long as a person is struggling with shame, then they will stay in the cycle of poor mental health and addiction. And here at Agape, that's something that we want to change, and we are changing it.
Here at Agape, sometimes we like to say it's okay to not be okay. Everyone has a rough day, everyone has a rough patch, and everyone has trials and tribulations in their lives. We take pride and we feel honored in the fact that we get an opportunity to help people get back on their correct journey.
We believe strongly that we are here treating trauma, and as a result, addiction and mental health heals itself. People often don't realize the significance of childhood events, and so we are really dedicated to teaching our clients that trauma is not only the things that happen to you, but it's also the things that didn't happen for you. And it's in our early stages of development, our childhood, that we begin to develop our beliefs, our thoughts, our most dominant feelings, our perceptions, and then that stuff makes up our personality, and then our personality is what really creates how we act in life, and that leads to outcomes. So we are here to help people create good outcomes and heal that early stuff that happened to them so they can be on the path of success.
Agape Behavioral Healthcare is a fully accredited center.
Currently, the organization has 3 facilities. We have our original location in Fort Lauderdale that treats substance abuse and mental health. We have our substance abuse detox in Port St. Lucie, Florida. And we have our mental health inpatient facility in Fort Pierce, Florida. We feel we have the ability with all 3 facilities to give a full continuum of care for mental health and substance abuse, and be one of the only boutique facilities in the Florida market to do so. And we pride ourselves in the fact that we have a variety of players and staff members here that can meet people where they are and meet their needs.
They provide all levels of care, which starts with an assessment.
There's different assessments that are used to determine whether or not an individual is seeking treatment for primarily mental health or substance use. We offer all levels of care, which means we start at the detox level, and that's for the individuals who have been struggling with drug addiction or alcoholism. And that's an opportunity to go through the detox process where they'll have a full medical team, a clinical team, and they're put on a taper which allows them to safely detox from whatever it is that they've been struggling with. And then there's the opportunity to continue treatment at the residential level, the day-night level, and intensive outpatient and outpatient.
If you have a loved one that's struggling, the main tip I would say is to have some compassion for that person. You have no idea what that person is struggling with, what they're feeling at that moment, or what they truly need. Reach out to a professional like ourselves that can help that person.
Don't let your journey to healing become its own struggle. For more information about Agape Behavioral Healthcare for you or someone you love, visit agapebhc.com or go to our website, thebalancingAct.com.
There's so much incredible work undertaken by nonprofit organizations right on our doorstep. Take a look at this.
Chapman Partnership, the private sector partners of the Miami-Dade Homeless Trust, is the largest provider of emergency shelter in Miami-Dade County. They're providing services for the homeless that are literally changing lives.
So at Chapman Partnership, we're the emergency housing partner of the Homeless Trust here in Miami-Dade County, and we're the first stop as people come into the continuum of care here in Miami-Dade County. So they come out of homelessness to Chapman Partnership, and we then take them on a journey to housing. We have approximately 500 beds in the downtown Miami area and another 300 beds in the south part of Miami-Dade County. In addition, we serve roughly 300 to 400 family individuals where there's no space in any of the emergency housing locations in Miami-Dade County, including ours. So we provide the case management of those individuals while they're placed by the Homeless Trust in a hotel or motel situation or other situation outside of emergency housing. Face of homelessness is very varied. There are all sorts of individuals and families that are varied. They could be disabled individuals, they could be youth, a very big growing part of homelessness. That's the youth between 18 and 24. It could be single individuals, single women, and it could be families with children.
Their spiritual life and wellness program is a big part of the initiative.
So here at Chapman Partnership, I'm the spiritual wellness coordinator. And we've created and we're dedicated to transforming mind, bodies, and souls through the spiritual wellness program. The program entails not only spirituality, but also wellness, which wellness comes in many different aspects. You have financial wellness, you have mental wellness, you have physical wellness. And so we're here to work with individuals that come through Chapman Partnership in those areas. So we have a program here, Man Cave Monday, which is a peer group of men that come together and we share life stories. And they help each other by showing each other that they're no different from each other, you know, through different experiences that they've had going through homelessness. Wonder Women Wednesday is a program that's set up here at Chapman Partnership where we have individuals from the outside come in to share with the women here to empower them and to uplift them.
I was born and raised in Miami, Florida. I played football at Miami-Killian, and I got a scholarship in football at the University of Miami. And I also, after college, I got drafted by the New Orleans Saints, where I played a few years. And I made some real bad choices. I got involved in drugs and alcohol, which caused me to lose my career and also caused me to become homeless. Well, I found out about Chapman's through the Green Shirts, and the Green Shirts is a team that goes around the city of Miami looking for people that are homeless who don't want to be homeless anymore and to offer them shelter. It took me a week or so to take them up, but I did, and I finally came in. And I'm so glad I did. I'm very grateful to be here, and I'm grateful for the things that they do have to offer, you know, food, having a bed to sleep in at night versus being homeless is awesome, you know. And the staff here is wonderful, you know. Being here with Pastor Eric and meeting him and getting to know him has helped me tremendously, you know. I do still have bad days, but nothing compared to the bad days that I was having when I was actually homeless.
They have plans that launch a new beginning for many who are homeless. More than 50% of their clients are families.
It may deal with employment, how to get employed or how to upskill your employment to get to a living wage. It'll involve a housing plan where our housing coordinators will work with you to identify a housing solution for you. It may be finding benefits. You may not be getting all the benefits you are entitled to. It may be working with them to identify them. It may be if it's families, it may be working with the children, where they're in school, what needs they have. That has to be taken account into the housing stability plan. It could be mental health related that's in the housing stability plan. So it's a very comprehensive plan. We've always felt at Chapman, we need a holistic approach to homelessness. And it's not just getting them housed, it's getting them housed, but also giving them the skills and tools they need to not return to homelessness.
All made possible by donations and the support of the community.
We're very excited to have received a $5 million grant from the Jeff Bezos Day One Families Fund. This is a transformative gift that'll be able to provide significant benefits to the Chapman Partnership. Well, with this $5 million grant, we're going to be able to, first of all, train every one of our staff members in trauma-informed care, key component to serve our residents effectively and efficiently. We're also going to be able to enhance our programs in a number of areas to take them to a whole nother level. Every individual who experiences homelessness, whether the family or a single individual, experiences trauma. And we've determined that it's important for us to approach all of our clients with empathy, so we're working on making sure we've got trauma-informed care throughout our organization. Serving the homeless, the least, the last, the lost in our community is really the true measure of a community's empathy and working with those who need help. And we're fortunate to be able to serve that community here.
I believe if we as a people can come together and begin to deal with the underlying issues of homelessness, then I believe that we can create a better world for tomorrow.
I'm optimistic about my future now that I'm here at Chapman's, and they're helping me with all of the things that I probably need to be successful. So I'm very grateful today.
For more information about Chapman Partnership, visit chapmanpartnership.org or go to our website, thebalancingact.com. Art surrounds life and has existed as long as humankind. It beautifies communities and lives. So let's visit Marco Island Center for the Arts, where they're celebrating 50 years of artful living.
My name is Hyla Crane, and I'm the Executive Director of the Marco Island Center for the Arts, which has been bringing art to Marco and beyond for the last 50 years. Here at the Marco Island Center for the Arts, we have a beautiful series of art galleries where we change out our exhibits frequently. We also have a robust adult education program offering classes and workshops both online and on-site, education programs for children and youth, a music series, and a host of other programs and events to reach out, connect with our community, and ensure that we offer something for everyone.
One of the ways they're celebrating the 50th anniversary is with this 600-pound, 6-foot stainless steel time capsule. It'll preserve a piece of the present for the future.
The Space Time Capsule was created as part of our celebration for the 50th anniversary. It is made entirely of stainless steel, and then it was hand-painted to replicate the Friendship 7 that is here now in our lobby, as well as the time capsule, which will go in the space capsule when we are complete, so that it will be sealed and it won't be opened until 2070, when the Marco Island Center for the Arts celebrates 100 years of bringing art to Marco and beyond. People can participate in this project by going to our website and go to the page that is for our Space Time Capsule. There they can click and look at all of the rules that pertain to submitting actual objects for the time capsule, and there'll also be a link there for our story habitat that they can click on so that they can record a story on any smartphone, tablet, or computer with a camera. It has the same interface that our story kiosk has. This is an incredibly expansive, incredibly embracing project.
Marco Island Center for the Arts is not only dedicated to inspiring visitors, but also to engaging the community with art classes and workshops for adults and children.
Here at the Marco Island Center for the Arts, we offer a wide range of classes. We have the traditional classes, a range of oil, acrylic, and watercolor, and in addition, some specialty classes that might include jewelry or Chinese brush or journaling, and we have a good array of clay classes as well. I teach online acrylic class, and then I teach a class on color, and then I also teach a class on the Florida landscape. I know many of the professors who teach here, and they all take their students very seriously. Our goal is to have people have joy in art. Each student is able to find a class that will meet their needs for learning.
Besides learning about art, you can explore spectacular and exciting exhibits featuring international and local artists.
In our galleries, we offer a variety of art exhibitions. Some are calls to artists, where we bring in local artists who are able to exhibit their work as well as sell their work. We also look far afield to bring in unique exhibitions to both inspire, challenge our audience, and hopefully help them to engage in conversation. We also have an extraordinary gift gallery which houses the work of over 150 artists. We do jury the work in, and that work includes paintings, drawings, three-dimensional work, a marvelous collection of clay art, as well as jewelry and fabric art.
Marco Island Center for the Arts provides a place to relax, connect, contemplate, and explore the arts in various ways.
Our unique capacity here at Marco Island Center for the Arts, it's how we care about people. We want people to know that when you walk through our doors, that you are welcomed, that your voice is heard. When you come to us, we consider you part of our art family, and we strive to be your art home.
To find out more about Marco Island Center for the Arts, visit marcoislandart.org and, of course, visit our website, thebalancingact.com.
Are you ready for something new? Take a look at this.
Most business owners will tell you how important a trusted attorney is to have on your team. Finding the right one can be the key to success.
The most important thing about a client-attorney relationship is the rapport you have with your clients. First, when we meet with the client, we establish what is it that the client's looking for, and we figure it out how is it that we can help them. And based on whatever they need, we establish a course of action and a solution for them. It's always the constant communication, being able to answer questions whenever they're asked, and also being able to be available, which is one of the complaints I get mostly from clients, is that their attorney is never available to answer their questions. So I always make sure that our firm is available to answer those questions. Attorneys are important for businesses and property investors, because if we're getting into a new business that you have no idea what you're doing, we're trying to see what could happen as far as issues, and we're trying to prevent possible problems. And hiring an attorney from the beginning prevents all those issues. We make sure that our clients have a smooth transaction, that they're not going to have any issues in the future that could have been prevented if they had retained an attorney.
The lifeblood of the South Florida economy is its real estate and construction industry. Many investors and entrepreneurs in this space come from abroad to put their money in a stable environment with high potential upside. But some can get into trouble if they don't know the local laws and regulations. That's where a trusted attorney comes in.
South Florida has such a logistical international advantage to many entrepreneurs and clients. Everything here comes to Miami, and there's always easy access to and from Miami. Most of my clients come from different nationalities, and they're used to a different way of doing things. So when they come to the U.S., we educate them about the U.S. process and how we do things in the U.S.
I've been using Michele's law firm, Formaggio Law Firm, for over 13 years. She's helped me with the foreclosure process, followed by bankruptcy. She was able to help me with the lease of a property. Years later, she was able to help me open a business. She made sure all the T's were crossed and the I's were dotted. She's one of the best at what she does. She's a savant. She was able to guide me through the process of partnerships, acquisitions. She's very thoughtful. She's very thorough. She's always attentive. She always has the right answer. She always guides me even if it's not what I want to hear. She always gives me what I need to hear.
Michele is very smart. I like working with her. I learned so much from her. She's really sharp. Yes, it is empowering being co-counsel and working on these certain cases together. We have diverse backgrounds, which we consider those assets in representing our clients. Michele and I, we speak several different languages, so if someone is more comfortable in speaking Creole or Portuguese, Michele and I, we can help them. What's exciting about real estate is the different ways folks can own homes. In the past, it was just a single-family homes, but now real estate is one of the main economies down here. There's so much new development that's going on, and we just want to be a part of that, and we want to help you be a part of that.
For Michele Formaggio, being an attorney is more than a job. It's a calling.
I come from a family of attorney, but even as a child, I was always a problem solver. Besides being a problem solver, I always look at things in a different way. When friends and family have come to me, I've always able to see a different way of doing things, and I think the advantage you have for being an attorney is that you're not emotionally involved in your client's problem, so you're able to see it from a different perspective. The law is important because we want to make sure that everybody's actions are consistent and that everybody's aware of how they're supposed to act. Our goal is to make sure our clients understand their rights and that we empower them to make the decisions. At Formaggio Law Firm, our client satisfaction defines our success.
For more information about Formaggio Law Firm, go to formaggiolawfirm.com or check out our website, thebalancingact.com.
Looking for a little inspiration? Take a look at this.
Anyone who has cared for an aging parent, friend, or family member knows how important it is to find good quality assistance. One Call Home Care has helped thousands of families with loved ones in South Florida find the perfect home care. They've been serving this community for years. They do this by truly understanding the needs of the people they care for and the concerns for their families.
Our company is a nurse registry that is licensed by the state of Florida. What makes us distinct is that the owners are certified senior advisors, and we each have 20-plus years experience navigating the complexities of aging. Well, we have a team of caring and compassionate home health aides and certified nursing assistants. They support clients to stay in their own homes safely as long as possible. So some of the specific services that we provide really depend on the particular needs of each client.
Finding someone you trust to take care of your loved one is very hard to do by yourself.
We have a very comprehensive vetting process, including both state and federal background checks. We also check with previous employers and possibly previous clients that they took care of. They go through an extensive interview process with the HR department. All our caregivers have at least 3 years of experience out in the field, and they also possess a well-documented track record validating their passion for helping the elderly.
So what is it like to put your trust in One Call Home Care?
I turned to One Call Home Care because I've had a few friends that have used it, and they've said to me, it's one of the best, and you will have wonderful, outstanding care. It has helped me to be a human being again. It has helped me, number one, to walk. It has helped me to be not afraid to visit with my neighbors. It has helped me to go outside. It has helped me to go to a restaurant and be with my Joan and be able to eat. It has helped me just to live.
There's been many clinical studies showing that by having a competent, caring, compassionate caregiver, it actually extends somebody's life and also improves their quality of life and makes those years much more meaningful. It's extremely rewarding knowing that we're making a positive difference in one's life at such a very difficult time. It's also extremely satisfying to know that we're bringing down the anxiety levels of the individual's loved ones, which happens quite a bit.
Well, as a senior support service in South Florida, many of the family members of our clients live elsewhere. They may not see their loved ones for extended periods of time, and for them, it's really comforting for them to know that there's professionals that have shared values with the family and that will go the extra mile to ensure that they have an excellent caregiver that will keep a watch on their behalf.
For more information about One Call Home Care, go to onecallhc.com or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Thanks so much for joining us on this local edition of the Balancing Act. We'll see you next time.